In this box, here we are. Tonight's programme is about success, how to make $1 million if you think that's success or not. That is a beautiful piece of work. Can you see, can we see this? Let's have a look around there, Jane, on the monitor. Do you want to slip into that?
Beauty.
Would you like to slip into that?
Oh,
and
James.
I think that's wonderful. Charlie
James.
Chuck, by the way, is on the programme tonight. We've got a holiday for two in somewhere exotic.
It's perfect. This
Isn't that lovely?
So me.
It is lovely. It's
It really
absolutely beautiful. Let's put that back in there.
You're going to take it away now, aren't you?
It's just a beautiful, beautiful piece. Right, before we go any further, cue titles?
I suppose so.
Okay, cue titles! So, anyway, here we are. Fantastic.
Come on, you two. Come on. I've got to break this up because I'm your floor manager for tonight, James.
Are you telling?
I want a good show.
Who allowed him to be floor manager?
we've got an audience down there. We've got the studio where emergency makeup is on hand.
Good, you'll need it.
We might go in there. So come on down. Yes,
right,
come on down here.
Okay, fine. All right. Thank you very much.
I'll look after that.
No.
Oh, all right.
I think perhaps I should look after this.
Right.
Norman from Cartier's here.
Yes.
This is yours, Norman. Do you want this?
I would.
Yes. Well, you just have to follow me down here. Shall we go down the floor?
Yeah, I want a good tight show tonight because I'm taking this rather seriously.
I know you are.
As you know.
I know you are.
And this,
I've
to
heard
you,
the
is probably
radio
just a
show.
show. To me, it is a great opportunity.
What is this man here?
See if we can get out of there. See what happens.
This is no, okay.
No,
it's the million. Well, they're behind me.
That's got to be guarded.
They're all over.
Hey!
Here we are. Norman.
Right.
Norman. Let's have Norman over here. Let's have Norman. Very good.
Right.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Nice to see you out there, live, late, well, nearly live. Some of us are live, I don't know about you. And Norman, please, come over here. This is marvellous. Has anybody in the audience ever seen £1 million? Have you ever seen £1 million? Is this success? Is this what we all wish to see? Norman, is it OK for us to look at this? OK. You could come a little closer, Norman. I know have you got a... Come in, microphone. Let's get this sorted out. This has been made. You haven't... No customers for it yet?
No.
£1 million. What sort of... diamonds, is it? Rubies? What?
Rubies and diamonds.
Yes.
All top quality.
OK, shall we open it up? Would you like to have a look?
Yep.
Yes. OK, here it is, as you've seen.
What's happened? What has happened there?
Tony?
What has happened?
Where is it?
I don't know where it is. I don't know. Who's got it? Who's got it?
Have you got... Sorry, have you... Have you seen it? Have you seen it, guys?
Where's it?
Yes. You're supposed to be in charge of security.
Yes.
What's it
In his pocket.
Norman, are you sure that was £1 million?
It was, yeah.
Are you insured for that, Norman?
Nope.
No. Oh, dear.
Well, this is tragic.
No,
it's a very bad start.
Can we have a look? Sorry, I'm going to have to ask you. It's £1 million. It really is £1 million. Can you all turn out your pockets?
Yeah, frisking.
Has anybody seen it anywhere? No? They're looking very worried over there. Very worried.
Yep.
Peter, have you got... Sorry, Peter Stringfellow, ladies and gentlemen. Have you... Are you sitting in here first, Peter?
Whatever you want, it's okay by me.
OK, we're
Thanks, Johnny, I lost.
Hi, Peter.
In charge of here.
Yes, I am, actually. If you'd like to just sit over there.
OK, fine.
All right,
Good.
yep.
We've lost.
Yep.
This is not... Where are you? Oh, you're there. You're worried about this, aren't you?
Just a bit.
Yes.
Well, I don't understand this. Where it's gone.
Tony, what did you do? You should have...
I haven't. It's not me. It's not me,
Yes.
James. It's a really bad start.
Has anybody seen this? I mean, this is...
I don't know what...
I beg your pardon? Has anybody seen...
Behind you!
Oh, no, it isn't.
Where is it? It's Norman! Oh, I found it, Norman! Look! Oh, sweating a little,
Just
Norman,
a bit, yeah.
aren't you? It really... It really is beautiful. Well, OK, Norman, we're going to give it back. Let me just show some... This is the first and only time I'm probably going to touch a piece of jewellery worth £1 million. I mean, they're not... Oh, they're guarding the door. It's OK. Do you see that?
It's gorgeous.
Isn't it? It is beautiful. I mean, this is really £1 million. Have a look. Just feast your eyes on it at home. It'll take a little time over this, I think. There. If you had £1 million, would you spend it on this?
No.
If you...
No.
What is there in there to make it worth £1 million? I mean,
Norman?
Is it the...
It's the stones and the quality of the workmanship and the design.
Yeah.
There we are.
Just the design and the...
Look at that. Okay, isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
That is beautiful. That really... do you like that? Yes. Look. Yes. And you're wearing... Just hold it against you. Hold it, just careful, just hold it. You can't get out of here with it. You know, Norman's...
That's beautiful.
Okay.
James,
that is the real McCoy. Give Norman from Cartier's a round of applause.
Round of applause.
Oh, do you know, I just came to me to do that, Michael. It just came to me just to do that and see, and he did sweat, and I'm sorry about that, but wasn't that beautiful?
Fabulous. Did you notice something?
What?
Nobody wanted to touch it.
No.
Amazing. The girls are going...
I wanted to ask Norman, and I should have asked him what... I mean, you've got to have an awful lot of money to spend it on one bracelet.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that, but a lot of people have that amount of money. Believe it.
We imagine that perhaps is not the case, that there are very few millionaires, but when they print top earners, a millionaire, I mean, we should ask Tony, I mean, a millionaire... a millionaire is nothing, is it, really? I mean, it's your first...
No, it's a reasonable amount of money. You want me to tell you the truth, don't you?
Oh, yes,
you don't want
yes.
to patronise anyone,
No, I want you to tell me the
truth. £1 million is about reasonable for someone to be call themselves rich and be happy with it. After that, it becomes probably too much.
Yeah.
And there are more people than you'd ever believe, multi-millionaires.
Well, yes, and that was brought in very easily. We didn't have any... well, we certainly didn't have the security guards who lose things, did we? We had two plainclothes... I know, Michael, would you shut up getting excited? We had 2 security guards here for insurance purposes. We did have 2 security men here, but they didn't see me nick it. That's the whole point. Before we go any further tonight on Success, let me tell you the competition to win, and this is the important bit because for those of us who haven't got all this money floating around, and Tony says, you know, if you haven't got enough money to buy drinks, he's going to put in a few bob as well. Winner from the Christmas programme, by the way, Emma Buckley from St Leonards-on-Sea. Nice St Leonards-on-Sea. So we say hello to everybody in St Leonards-on-Sea.
Are you happy with your camera shots at the moment?
Well, it's not for me to worry about it.
We've got a nice profile shot of you there.
Good, OK, there we are.
Hey, I've got a problem, Tony. I've only been on twice.
Yes, I know that you wanted to see the front of the suit earlier on.
Yes, it looks OK, doesn't it?
You happy with it?
Yeah, yeah. Do you like this? There's a new toy, by the way. It's a new toy. You turn it on.
Yeah.
You can't see, but it's sort
of...
What is it? It's a sort of lightning thing. Put the lights down. Bring the lights down a little. Can you see that? Yeah, yes.
I got to be honest with you. I think it's a little average.
Do you?
Yeah.
You don't like that?
No, well, I don't know. It's quite nice, isn't it? Well, how about you,
Peter? If
you
you stop talking, Tony, watch.
Yeah.
It turns off. Anyway, that's by the by. OK.
That's the sort of thing that Peter should have at Stringfellas, I think.
Should he?
For the lighting effects, I think.
Thanks, Tony. I appreciate it.
Thought so.
Is that a plug or what?
Competition, James, please.
Could I do the competition?
Competition now,
Fine,
please.
OK.
Thank you.
Right. This competition for a holiday for 2 people, week's holiday for 2 people on the island of Kos, on 0891 900 007, that's the number to ring. The question, whose picture appears on the reverse, we're not going to show it? Oh, yes, on the reverse of a £10 note. All right? Is it Charles Dickens, Prince Charles, or Winston Churchill? It's a long time since Tony ever took a £10 note out of his wallet. So, so anyway, the number to ring, 0891 900 007, and the phones are open until midnight on Sunday, so best of luck. And who knows, you could be on your way to Kos. Good. Anyway, Peter, success. How can anybody be successful? How did you start?
No, not anyone can be successful. You have to want to be successful. A very obvious statement, but it's the truth. You've got
Were you
to really
born
want
with a
it.
silver spoon, or...?
Oh, you can be. I mean, we know lots of people who are born with it, and then they swallow the damn thing and then choke to death, don't they? You know? Plenty of those in the paper, you know. But you've got to want it. If it comes your way...
Did
and
you
in
actually...
your green room, I met one of your guests. He's coming on, isn't he? David, the chap who won all the
pools. Yep.
Fabulous guy.
And didn't lose it, hasn't lost it.
No, he's
trebled
it. He's been telling me. A nice fella.
And to get a pools winner is quite clever, actually. We should say that congratulations to Debbie for getting somebody to come on and talk about it, because they don't want to talk about it, quite rightly. Did you, when you were born, did you know you wanted... Well, no, what a stupid question, Tony. You keep me straight.
Yeah,
when you were about 10 years old, did you know that you wanted to sort of be successful, a club owner, an entrepreneur, a tycoon, or what?
No. When I think back, I did, but I didn't realise it. I was at 12 years old. I was a part-time projectionist in the cinema, and I was just the usual thing that we all from that era, you know, took papers in the morning, anything to make money, without realising that. So it just came natural, you know.
So when you opened your first place, I mean, how did you get the money to do that? What happened?
I didn't get any money to do it. It was just a one-night stand to begin with. A Friday night in a church hall in Sheffield called St. Aidan's Church Hall. It's still there. I called it the Black Cat Club, opened it Friday night, and I lost £35, which was £15 more than I was earning in those days.
That was first gig that you
1962.
did, wasn't it, Tony? It was your first
It was actually,
disco, yes, yeah.
It was a very bad one, actually. Nobody turned up. It's been the same ever since. That's why I'm not a millionaire. You lost £35 by having a one-night stand?
Well,
No,
yeah,
Tony,
but I mean, keep your mind off
I
that,
just
Tony.
wanted to
It costs a lot
clarify.
more money these days, Tony. But
So then you decided to go on, and that's
no,
how you...
I loved it, you see. All of a sudden
Yeah.
I got bitten by this showbiz because I went on stage and enjoyed it. So I did it again the next Friday and lost the same amount of money. By now, my mother-in-law, who would be watching this, called Doris Williams at the time, gave me an out-and-out ultimatum. Get a real job. And luckily, and she's a lovely lady and we're still very good friends, I didn't. And the following Friday, I made all the money back, plus about another £20, and I've never worked for anyone since. 1962.
Really? So anybody, whether they've got money or not, that's not that you've got to want to do it.
You've got to want to do it, and you've got to want to give up lots of other things for it. You know, it's no good saying you want to do various things during the week, you want to watch television Friday, Saturdays, you don't want to do this, you don't want to... Success, you've got to give your whole everything to.
You don't do that now, though, do you? I mean, you don't work that hard, do you?
Absolutely, even harder, even harder. I mean, this recession has been pretty serious.
So have you
I've
ever-
worked even harder this last couple of years.
Have you ever been tempted to sell the whole lot and retire and do
Oh,
nothing?
yeah. Oh, I was offered... You know, I used to own the Hippodrome, and I sold it to European Leisure for £7 million, and they offered me a further £7 million to sell the name String for anything else out, you know. And guess who said no? Yeah, so...
Now you wish you had, don't you?
No, well,
No,
some mornings I do. some
Because you could have bought that bracelet, and Tony and I could have looked at it.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That bracelet, I'd love to have held it. I was going, let me just touch it. You know, I quite liked it.
Unfortunately, it's been taken away. They got
I know,
such a
pity.
fright out of that. But
I like
yeah.
rubies and diamonds.
Yeah.
I never wear them, apart from this little one here.
Now you're okay.
I think Peter must have. Think Peter
No,
must
no,
have
no,
something
no.
that other people
What?
don't actually have, though, mustn't they? Because I mean, anybody can sort of start a dance or something like that, but to actually make money out of it, a lot of people lose, don't they? So
Tony,
you must have
Tony,
something.
Tony.
More, yeah.
Floor managers do not do the interviews.
Look, James.
Floor managers do not do the interviews.
James,
The
I want to tell you.
star of
I
the
want to
show
tell you.
does
I want to
the
tell you, James. This happened in America. Okay.
And
where
Q.
there was there was a show host like you, all
Yes,
right?
yeah.
And there was a celebrity floor manager,
Yes.
all right, who was a rather suave disc jockey, not dissimilar to myself. And this particular
Bizarre, they said.
Bizarre.
Yes.
And this particular person took over, actually, halfway through the show because, you know, they got rather unwell during the show. They had their drink spiced and things like that, so it could happen, couldn't it? James, can you drink? Can you link into Jane Walmsley now? Do you think? Yeah, there's a news item coming up.
I'm leaving
Peter,
it to you
thank
guys.
you very much, Peter, for the moment. Peter came out of his sickbed to be with us tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Peter Stringfellow. Tony, hang on. Thank you. Tony, have you ever fancied yourself as a sandwich board? Could we get a shot of that? That's the address. Right. That's the address, Tony. Get it on the monitor. That's the address. If you'd like to write it. You see, we're getting some good letters. You see, we're getting some really good letters. Look at this one. Very nice letter. Can you get a close-up of this one, Michael? See that sort of... That's nice. Nice writing. Sort of thing I can understand. Can you read that? Yes, you... it says, James, you gorgeous bastard, let's have more Charlie Chuck. He's on a little later on. Thank you very much indeed. And I think we got a news flash.
And QJ, you're on, darling.
Mike, do you think this camera angle makes me look fat? Because
The camera angle's great, and you look sensational. You look $1 million.
well, but you know, I was eating over Christmas, and I
Filled
think
it
you're
up.
sure, right?
No, you've got nothing to worry about.
I haven't
at all.
gained
The red's
any
a
weight.
bit primary, perhaps pastel next time. But otherwise, you're fine. Your
don't-
hair's looking great as well.
Oh, thank you. This man has such taste. Really, I have complete confidence in him.
There's no need to be insecure.
Are you sure
Just-
that I wouldn't be better in three-quarters
No,
angle
take
because I
a
look
minute, Just
thinner?
read the news, darling.
Okay. John Major's Back to Basics campaign has suffered another setback today with the news that more top ministers are failing to practice what they preach. It's emerged that while emphasizing the need for healthy eating, Food Minister Nicholas Soames has on several occasions sent out for double pizza with cheese. Comedian Roseanne Barr, star of the popular sitcom Roseanne, has admitted that she and her husband Tom are on a drastic diet. It seems to involve eating every meal naked in front of a mirror. some restaurants have a problem with that. And contrary to reports, Jane Torville and Christopher Dean received a near-perfect score in their performance in last week's British Ice Dance Championships. Jane was marked down by the Romanian judge for having excess cellulite on her thighs. And we'll have updates on these and other stories in our next bulletin.
James. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Jane. And that's when you get a floor manager who gets too into it. So we'll have more fat news from what... I think Jane Torville's got very... I'm speaking to the viewer.
Yeah, we're going into the band number in a minute.
I know what we're doing. I'm speaking to the viewer.
I'm not confident that you know what you're doing.
Well, we are.
I want a good, tight show. That's what I want.
Okay, well, we're doing... Could I do this letter? No? I've got a letter.
I'd rather go into the music. We could come back to the letter. We can do the letter if you want.
We can do the letter.
All right, you can do the letter if you want.
Okay, it says,
your show.
Dear Waylon, is Jerry Hayes, who appears... He's on later. Jerry Hayes, our funny politician here. Is he the one who appears on the Kellogg's Cornflakes commercial trying to spin plates on poles? Only... Can we... Only he's brought his pole in with him tonight. We'll ask him a little later on. Now, I'd like to hand over to my very good friend over here, Mr. Blackbird, to introduce the musical number, OK?
Hi, sir. It's jolly nice of you, James. Well, I tell you what, my old mates, pop-tastical to be with you, by the way. And right now, here's Funkabubble and Bad Blood.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Wise no flies, lying eyes against the time. You're no good, you got bad blood. My emotions part of both your love. Yeah, both your love. Why passion will lead me to another world? Baby, why do I feel so cold? I want you back to one thing. Yeah, every day it's the same way. I think this place makes me stay. You're so cool, I feel a fool. Why'd you act so cool? Your love, why passion will lead me to another world? Baby, why do I feel so cold? I want you back to one more, yeah. Feeling fine. Oh, my heart takes its flight. You're so wild, you're the child. Well, my time is oh yeah. Of your love. Why passion will lead me to another world? Baby, why do I feel so cold? I want you back to unfold. I bet you got some bad blood. I bet you need your bad blood. I bet you got you.
There we That was Funk-a-Bubble, and well done, guys. We'll see them later on in the show. And as usual, that's no signed band, no record interest yet, but you got. After tonight's show, of course, you will see it. So much talent you see on this programme. It was called Bad Blood. Before we go to the break, competition, holiday for 2 people in Kos, or on the island of Kos. All you have to do is tell us who has their picture on the back of a £10 note. Is it Charles Dickens, Prince Charles, Winston Churchill, I can't read from that, Winston Churchill, and the lines are open. Blackburn, you're supposed to correct me. Lines are open till midnight on Sunday. 0891 900 007.
Just a quick word, lovey.
Yes, darling?
Going very well.
Yes.
Overrunning a little.
Yes.
Tighten it up.
Fine. Okay, sweet. Yourself.
Right,
no, fine, Tony. Okay, good. Now, just before we get on, welcome Well On tonight. And if you just popped in, settle back. Tonight, how do you become successful? Would £1 million help you to become successful? Maybe we can find it. Before that, maybe becoming well-known and a celebrity. I mean, never hurt Tony. Anyway, forget that. Who is our celebrity floor manager tonight? But I'm sure most of you out there are aware of Charlie Chuck. Of course, we have turned him here with this little programme into a major megastar. Hopefully his own TV series will not be far away. Now, maybe you could be the next Charlie Chuck. Now, over here, this is Hilary Tipping. Hilary, apart from... That's very nice, Hilary. Hilary is in charge of flowers at MMTV, by the way, and these are very nice. Do you think this is worth a round of applause for flower arranging? Very good. Okay, now, pick up this. Okay, now what we need on the show is some more talent, some sort of, if you do something, tell them what you want.
We want some unsigned, unplugged bands.
Look into the camera, don't look at me. Well. Yes. Jugglers, hypnotists, comment, a new band sitting in the audience they want to be on, singers.
Yeah. Strippers! Show us your book.
Who said strippers? Right, okay. So if you do something that could be on the television, and we could show it, write to this address. This is the man who you talk to when you phone in here. Get a shot at Hilary. He is in charge of making you into a star. Right, thank you. Bye, Hilary. Right, on we go. Welcome, please, Mr. Dave Preston. Okay. Do you want some water?
No.
Are you sure?
I'm all right.
Tony, some water for Mr. Stringfellow.
No, okay. Vodka.
All right. Now, David. David is an interesting man. How are you, David? Let me touch the hand that's a hand of a millionaire, a real millionaire.
Real one. Twice over now.
Twice you've won the pools.
Yeah.
Now, I know that you won in 1980 £804,000, and you invested that wisely.
Barclays Bank and Littlewood look after it.
Yes, yeah. And it's now worth well over £1 million.
Well,
it is worth well over
£2.25 million.
£2.25 million. Yes. Do you think? I mean, I thought wearing the suits, you see, because Stringfellow's got his suit on, and I thought this will probably help. It's a new style. Very, very elegance is now in, and I thought it's about time I won Best Dressed Man of the Year. But that's by the by. Did you tell me a bit about your life, David, before you won this? What were you doing? What did you do?
I was a brewery worker, earning about £100 a week, and
how long had you been doing that?
21 years.
Right. Hard graft.
Yes, it was.
I know the brewery in Burton-on-Trent well, yes.
I like
and
breweries.
The smell of the Marmite factory. Right. So you worked there, £100 a week, and you suddenly won, not far off £1 million.
£953,000.
Right. When you were told, what were your? I mean, I really want. I want to go through this with you, because we often think, what would happen if we won the pools? And very few people are prepared to talk about it. What went through your mind when you heard? What did you think?
Well, it was on the Saturday I checked my coupon, and we thought it'd be about 50,000 quid.
Yeah.
So when Littlewood's pools man knocked on the door, he says, "Is Mr. D.R. Preston live here?" course, the wife answered it. I was ill.
Yeah, of course.
I couldn't. Oh, so it was when we came down to the Grosvenor, Grosvenor in London, that Michael Parkinson came onto the stage and said you'd won 953,000. He says the cameraman will make it up to the million. So I said thanks very much, but they never did.
Oh. Yes. So, did you turn to them and say, like a lot of people do, I hope that you didn't. I hope you didn't, but you didn't turn and say, it's not going to affect my life. I'm going to carry on working at £100 a week and I won't change at all.
No, I packed up after about 3 weeks.
Well done! Well done! Well done!
And, I say...
Are you enjoying it?
Yes, very much. Very much.
A lot of millionaires and people who've got money say it never made them very happy, and a lot of them are very miserable. A lot of them are pretty...
It can have ups and downs, but we're satisfied. Barclays look after it.
So you said that once already, OK. You've got enough money, you don't need any more, Dave. Did you get worried by people wanting money off you? I mean, like Tony and people like that writing letters?
There was a few begging letters, about 100 and... No, 700 and odd.
Did you get mine?
Did he answer it?
I'm miserable because I'm not a millionaire.
Did you feel bad about it? Because some of them are very touching letters, apparently. Some people spend a lot of time writing them.
Who are the professionals, they say.
Yeah.
They say the professionals.
You weren't worried about it, though?
Not really.
No.
No.
Are you...
Well, we never saw them. Littlewood
Right.
had most of it.
Are you enjoying your money?
Yes. As much as we can.
Can you spend what you've got left in your own lifetime?
Really.
You can't?
Not really.
OK, well, look, would you...
Rory's just gone on strike incidentally. The employers are at loggerheads.
I will. I will. Just, what, Tony? Sorry, Mike Mansfield's talking to me. He's the...
Yes.
What does it mean when you do that propeller thing? What's that propeller thing?
Wind up.
Wind up.
Wind up. Yes, indeed.
It looked a bit rude.
You
Could
missed
not
my
do it
joke.
again?
You missed my joke as well. It was a great joke.
No. Dave, listen. No, you sit there, Dave. It's OK. You have been the first Pools winner I have ever interviewed. You've been great talking about it, and a lot of people won't, and I can understand why. But it's nice to know that you have allowed yourself to enjoy the money. So, ladies and gentlemen, Dave Preston, thank you very much. Wonderful. Wonderful. You stay there.
Gary Jacobs next, James.
Gary Jacobs.
Gary Jacobs next.
OK. Right. Have you seen the new plinth? Hang on. Have you seen that? Is that good?
Wonderful.
Isn't that nice?
Wonderful.
It's very nice. Do you like that? Are you from that band who are hoping to get on this programme?
No chance.
Would you watch yourselves?
If you take my spot.
Thank you. Just control yourself, all right? You look a little old-fashioned. That isn't really the style. That isn't the style at the moment, guys. It's a little about 10 years out of date, but we're working on it if the money's any good. Now shut your mouth. Ladies and gentlemen, Gary Jacobs. And because... Gary, who gets recognised, I think I can say, more than anybody else on the programme in the street. He's always being recognised. People are always saying, it's lovely to see you. He's a big celebrity. He is our legal eagle, and he'll do almost anything. Almost anything to be on television, which is nice. And each week we'll think up things for him to do. Yeah. What I am going to do is plug the address again a little bit and say if you have a letter or a legal problem, any sort of problem at all, we'll give you the address in a moment if Tony doesn't forget. Write in and Gary will try and do something with your problem.
Do you want me to do with this?
I would like you to. You've got a couple of letters.
Right, well, we've got a few letters. We've got a Mr. Tracy, I'll give you his name, he lives out in Hampshire, who's actually critical of me because he says I'm too often recommending that people should go and see what he calls greedy solicitors. Well, I'm afraid to say if people didn't go to see solicitors, you wouldn't need solicitors. People need us, they should go to us.
And you are greedy? I mean, that goes without saying, doesn't it?
No, not on this programme. If I was greedy, I wouldn't be working with you two. Anyway, he talks about something called an Anton pillar. I must just tell the public.
A what?
What he wants to do, and I agree with him, is complain about the fact that the courts have given themselves the powers over the last 15 to 20 years to enable people behind closed doors to make an application to have the power to come into your house, home or factory to remove from it absolutely anything that they say they have an interest in, regardless of whether they do or don't, because they promise to pay damages if they don't. But they can get that done behind closed doors and nobody ever knows what was said in court. It is appalling, it is disgraceful, and it's a power that the courts in this country have taken over the last few years, which I deprecate, and I hope that people watching this programme will agree with. There's also something else, in fact, called a moreva, another injunction. They can compel you to answer questions that, for example, let's assume you're a crook. right, and you deal drugs, they could actually force you to say with whom you deal the drugs on pain of going to prison for not saying it, or if you are doing breach of copyright things such as false tapes, copy tapes, and they can actually get you to sign an affidavit that could get you in trouble if it was part of a gangland situation. Quite intolerable. The High Court have taken those powers. I agree with this man, but the important thing is, if you're in that situation, you must see a solicitor, greedy or otherwise.
Because one letter takes most of the spot to do.
Yep,
but,
I knew it would.
This is a man, of course, who pretends to. Well, no, he does have a little. I mean, he is a politician, and stop poking me between the legs. He is a politician,
and so fermented it.
Oh God! Oh, excuse me. I have to contain myself and carry on. I'm not going to make any comment about that at all. He's one of the few politicians still actually. Anyway, we'll talk about him later in his spot. But he should be able to do something about that, shouldn't he?
No. You see, the problem is these are powers that the courts. No, these are powers that the courts have given to themselves. They are not something that's been legislated for through Parliament. And in fact, I think it would be wrong to expect Parliament to legislate to stop the judges exercising the powers that they've taken. Otherwise, they'd stop all equity.
I know that obviously law has to. We have to have laws. But are judges? Silly question, really. But are judges too powerful, or are judges too out of touch?
They over-exercise their power. We had a man recently sent to prison for 18 months, not because he took a child away, because that's kidnap, that's another matter, but because he broke a court order of the High Court. I think that's disgraceful. Not that they put him 18 months, but they did it for the reason that he ignored their orders. They're too powerful.
We need some letters coming in for Gary Jacobs. Ladies and gentlemen, the address, MMTV, mind Gary's head, hang on. There we are, MMTV, 5 to 7 Carnaby Street, London, W1V 1PG. If you have a legal problem that you can put down fairly succinctly in a letter, we will get Gary to do his best to answer it for you without you having to pay the extortionate legal fees. In the end, you have to go and see him. Right, time for another news flash. Jane Walmsley in the newsroom.
You're on, Jane.
Popular character Mr. Blobby has accused the BBC of being fattest. The yellow and pink blob claims that he is the real star of Noel Edmonds' house party, but does not receive top billing because of his shape. Blobby maintains that he is not fat, he is metabolically challenged. Dawn French of TV double act French and Saunders says that she has at last found a foolproof way to maintain an ideal weight. Every morning, she says, I hang from the shower rod and lower myself onto the bathroom scales. When I reach the weight I want to be, I black out. PLO leader Yasser Arafat is said to be losing weight under pressure of grueling negotiations with Israel. Supporters are starting to call him Yasser Arathin.
Stand by too.
Oh, dear.
And that's it for now.
Jane, come downstairs. Come down here. What is all this thin
James,
stuff? Yes, come downstairs here. Tony, go and get her. Grab her. Bring her downstairs. Gary, this is. You'll enjoy this spot.
I knew that he would recognize.
Jane, come downstairs. Never mind about this. Goodness sake.
I knew. Mike, are you?
Jane is sort of playing. She's playing my.
I feel a little insecure.
Come on. No. You're fine. You're fine. Downstairs. There you go.
Oh, Tony, thank you so much.
That's good.
I was feeling just a little insecure.
Don't build your part, Blackburn, for goodness sake.
They can see the view from behind, and I was
Tony, look funny from behind.
No, you'll be all right. Just waiting in there, just to your right.
Yes.
Right here?
We are, yes.
Doesn't she look like Gabby Roslin? Don't you think she looks a little like Gabby Roslin? Hey! Jane.
Angela Rippon lost an earring and it made her a star.
Come here, darling, because there's no... Stand over here. We'll do this, I think, around here, shall we? I don't see... I see no reason.
Would you like a seat?
Would you know she's... You don't want to sit, do you? No.
You are too kind.
No, we're talking... You sit... Yeah, we're talking about success, and of course, you're married to a very successful man, and in your own right, very successful, and all these jaws and things like that. Is that what you wanted to get in and talk about success, did you?
No. I was talking
all these stories have
to do with
thin and fat. I mean, you know, some of us can't help the way that we're built, and that's just it.
James picks up a cue very quickly. Fat is it. It so happens, James, that I have a book out this week.
Oh no! Not a book.
A book.
Not a book. A book with a woman's bottom on the bottom.
Yes.
Yes.
Apparently.
I see a book. Yeah.
This is the most sensitive point because
which
most
is the
women
most sensitive point?
who carry too much weight apparently are most worried about the view from behind. Did you know that?
I didn't, but I'll tell you, Tony has been worried about his behind view for some time. Yes.
Well, so this book, if you read this book, this will tell you how to think yourself thin. It's how to deal with all the emotional problems that you have when trying to go on a diet.
Okay.
And this is the secret. This is really the secret to success.
So
it's not
no,
just
no.
a question of counting your calories.
Yeah, basically, success is bring out anything to do with diets, and we poor gullible fools, not me, will go and buy them because we all want to be thin.
Well, I mean, when
You know, let's
someone
be honest.
is as perfectly formed as you are, they clearly don't have a problem. However,
Okay.
you will be pleased to know
That isn't
that,
supposed to be funny. That's a serious point, guys.
Do you
Yes.
know that 85% of all British women are on diets and 65% of all men?
We've got Cookie coming along and Babs a little later. They're going to do some bottom exercises, actually. OK, can I just, before I wind this up, Fat think, why waste a perfectly good appetite on something miserable and watery? I want something more satisfying. Anyway, I've been good all day. I like that, that's nice. I feel like that although, but thin people think like this. You feel like that, don't you?
I do.
That's how, yeah. Thin people, though, think boring old salad with lemon juice. I'll put baby corn cobs and raw mushrooms on top for more pizzazz.
That's right.
Yuck.
You know how to tell if you really are fat
Yeah.
at heart. Okay.
I'm a very thin person.
I can do that too. Look, because look at me. I mean, I've lost loads over. Look at this. Can you get a shot down here? Look at that. You see that? Look.
I can
look
do
at that.
Are you happy with that shot, James?
Yeah.
As solid as it can be.
See,
You
look.
can't do
Very
this.
impressive.
There it is. Yes. Good. I think we've done enough now.
Do you know, talking about statistics and things like that, do you know 4 million men in this country are drunks? These are staggering figures. Are they?
Most of them are too fat.
Are they? I think we
ladies-
want the music. Music.
Yeah.
Control is what I choose. In all seriousness is what I want from you. The fast and sweet to make a feeling true. Out to love and I'll make you go. With a connector, I'll protect her, and I'll move to flow, yeah. I thought it's going through my mind. I can't find the right words. Where is my soul? I lose control. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Control is what I choose. In all sense is what I want from you. The fast and sweet to make a feel and go. Now to lock it all, make you go. With a connector, I'll protect her, then I'll move through flow, yeah. I thought it's going through my mind. I can't find the right words. Where is my soul? Where is control? I'm listening. I'm listening to my mind. Soul control is what I choose. In all sense is what I want from you. The fast and sweet to make a feel and show. Now to lock it up, make you go. With a connector, I'll protect her, then I'll move to flow, yeah. I thought it's going through my mind. I can't find the right words. Where is my soul? Won't lose control. I thought it's going through my mind. I can't find the right words. Where is my soul? Won't lose it. I'm listening. I'm looking for your mama. Don't control what I do. In our sense is what I want from you. Yeah.
That was Funkabubble and Control. Thank you very much indeed, guys. And Jane Walmsley's book, by the way, is called Thin Think. And we will be thinking thin, but I say be what you like. Be what you like. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do. Never mind about it. I'm going to bring my own book out. Now, a competition for your holiday in Kos, which must be taken before the 15th of June, which is OK, because that's before the time when all those snivelling little kids can get over there and ruin the place. All you have to do is answer the question, which picture or whose picture appears on the back of a £10 note? Is it Charles Dickens, Prince Charles, or Winston Churchill? If you know the answer, then you can ring us on 0891 900 007, and the phone lines are open till midnight on Sunday. Come right back because Charlie Chuck's here. There we are, very fine shot of Gary Jacobs on the end, and thank you to our artists, of course, who are painting the set. Thank you very much indeed, particularly over here to my side, Trudy, who is, of course, the... Michael, shut up a moment. All right, Michael. Trudy, who is... Michael, you can do what you like on Cue the Music. I don't care who your friend on Cue the Music. You can do what you like. You can have Tony Slattery there, but on my programme, shut up! I'm sorry, I was saying over here, Trudy from Fetish Times, of course, who's doing a bit of painting for us, very much indeed. Very nice. Very... Not taxing yourself too much on your artistic interpretation tonight, are you?
I hope I'm not getting taxed at all,
No, very good. And did we want to see the cameraman with the walking stick now? Because this was very funny, apparently. It was very funny. We missed the point, have we, or not? I thought we might have missed the point. Ladies and gentlemen, television's phenomenon, Mr. Charlie Chuck!
Eh, away. Flippant and bow out. Donkey. I have just been frightened by somebody telling me what's in store for me. But I'm going to tell you about posies and pansies and dicky birds. That sing in the trees. Chimbow! The year ahead will be a turbulent 12 months for some people. The year ahead, donkey, will be a prosperous 12 months. Hey? For somebody. The year ahead for me will be 12 months. Now then. Petrol's going up. Cigarettes are going up. Eggs are going up. Bacon's going up. We're going to have lighter nights. And during the summer, it's going to be hot. I'll tell you that. I'd like to leave you with this thought. Bread and milk is not an ideal fodder for hedgehogs. However, we do need money to pay for the construction of ramps. And the random variables are going to be around in the new year. And Mr. Kinnock were talking to me.
Charlie, come and have a lie down.
Did you have a lie down, Charlie? Did you understand? Did you? back over here, Michael. Come, cut. Over here. Did you looked as if you didn't quite understand. Did you understand that?
Yeah, I just didn't find it.
You didn't find it very funny?
No.
Come with me just a moment. Please, no, just come out here. Quickly. Jump over here, quickly. Come on. For goodness sake, over here. Could you make sure she gets to Jerry Hayes' dressing... No, sorry. Could you... to Charlie Chuck. She needs to be instructed in Charlie Chuckism. OK, thank you very much indeed. Right. More Chuck, if we're very lucky, next week. Now, would you welcome, please, Mr. Graham Sharp over here. OK, Jerry, you come here as well. Now, Graham, you've written this... behave, please. Graham, you've written this... this book.
All right, he's lying down now.
OK, good. Well, lucky him. Graham, you've written this book about racing dates and things, haven't you? And you actually encourage people to lay silly bets, or it's about some of the silly bets that have been laid, and we could all become millionaire. I mean, I know that Peter likes a flutter, don't you, Peter?
Well, whereas our friend here is
casino,
is prepared to take money away from hard-working people like bookmakers, I try and encourage them to give us money. And
I see.
As you say, there are people who try and win up to £1 million off us. We've got one gentleman who perhaps appropriately lives in Batley, and if on January the 18th of this year we have an alien world government in place, he will collect £1 million.
An alien world government in place?
Very can't wait.
Well, now that... No.
There are those who may say.
That's right.
Mrs. Thatcher's gone.
Could I actually... Listen, would William Hills take a bet for £1 million? OK, people who just tuned in, this is David Preston, who's a pools winner a couple of years ago, well, 10 years ago now, wasn't it? 14 years ago nearly. Won nearly £1 million, and now it's up to £2 million. And chucked your job in, enjoys it, got a nice house, three-bedroom house.
Yeah, double bedroom.
Double bedroom, swimming pool.
Filled in.
Filled the swimming pool in?
Yeah.
But you're having a good time? And,
yes, very good.
I would like to place a bet to see if I can become a millionaire as well, all right? And Jerry will guide me here, as he is my political advisor.
I suspect what's known as a stitch-up.
No. I would like to place a bet that we have at least 2 members of the Tory government who haven't fathered children. Is that OK?
That's fine, yeah. How do you intend to prove it?
Well, Jerry told me some very interesting things before we went on the air. And how is Tim? Is he all right?
Oh, he's all
yes,
right.
oh, good,
He's
fine.
I've moved into that department.
Have you?
Yes.
Yes, lucky old you. Yes.
Yes,
yes, you carry on doing this and people are going to be...
I did this on the piste.
Did you? Yeah, I'm not surprised. Would you take a bet like that? Something about...
Well, probably not that one, because when there's the possibility of people having certain insider information to which we are not privy, then it's equivalent to allowing people to pick our pockets, and that would never do for a bookmaker.
And of course, bookmakers always win, so we can't really... I mean, there must be something there, mustn't there? There must be something. I mean, what about if I put £1 million on a bet that in the next 10 years we have a sex change MP, that one of the MPs we know...
You had one.
I know.
Absolutely.
You had a candidate up in
Scotland.
Scotland.
Probably be queuing up to collect your money already if that were the case.
You can't win. All these traditional family values, that's what we want to stick to.
I understand that Jerry can spin plates.
Oh, really?
That's a bit unfair, but
the cat, hang on, from Lisa, who wrote to us from Crouch End.
This takes a bit of time to warm up.
Does it really? Does he look like the man... Does he...
Just a moment.
Does he look like the man in the Kellogg's Corn Pots commercial? Very good. It's nice. It is.
So there. Ha ha ha. Thank you, Tony.
It is nice to know, isn't it? It's nice to know that politicians are prepared to do almost anything. But as I said,
free.
Now, why did you not tell me about Alan Duncan last week? There he was on the show Friday night last week, and then he quit on... You must have known.
No, we don't know all these. Poor old Alan. He was on the piece too.
Was he?
Yes.
Yes, well, I don't... I'm upset about that. Join us next week. Whale On, by the way, we have an in-depth look at the new bra. That should be interesting. Keep fit. We haven't got Babs and Cookie tonight, but we have them next week. Music. We've got Debbie. Debbie is here. Debbie Ashby is here as the celebrity floor manageress next week. Tony, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much.
Oh, isn't that good? From all of us, have a nice weekend. Whale On. Bye. Right. Now, are you absolutely sure?